Welcome, students. Today, we're going to look at a very important topic from your geography syllabus, nonmetallic and rock minerals. We'll be focusing on two key examples, mica and limestone, to really understand why they are so crucial for our country. So, what's on our agenda for today? First, we'll talk about what nonmetallic minerals actually are, and why they're just as important as shiny metals. Then, we will take a closer look at mica, the insulating mineral, and limestone, which is really a foundation for our nation. After that, we'll have a quick recap of all the key points, and finally, I will give you some very useful tips on how to write your answers in the exam. Okay, let's start with our first section. It's time to look beyond just shiny metals and understand a whole other category of minerals. When I ask students to name some important minerals, the first answers are always things like iron, copper, or gold. And that's fine, but is that the whole story? Not at all. The world of minerals is much, much bigger. Now, take a look at this chart. You've probably seen it in your textbook. It shows us that minerals are broadly classified into three groups. You have your metallic minerals, sure, but look at that second big category, non-metallic minerals. This is a very important group that includes things our industries absolutely depend on. So what's the basic difference? It's really quite simple. Metallic minerals, well, they contain metal. They're usually hard and have that characteristic shine, or luster. Non-metallic minerals, on the other hand, do not contain metals. They often don't have that shiny look and can be softer. It's very important to remember this basic difference. All right, let's move on to our first case study. We are going to talk about a very, very special non-metallic mineral, mica. You'll soon see why it is called an indispensable resource. So what is mica? Just think about a thick book. You know how you can separate each page so easily? Mica is exactly like that. It's a mineral made up of a series of plates or leaves, and it splits very easily into these incredibly thin sheets. In fact, these sheets can be so thin that 1,000 of them stacked together might only be a few centimeters high. So, what makes this flaky mineral so valuable? It's because of its unique properties. It has excellent dielectric strength and fantastic insulating properties. In simple words, it means mica is very good at stopping electricity from passing through it, and it can handle very high voltage. That's why it is one of the most essential minerals for our electric and electronic industries. And where do we find mica in India? Well, the main mica deposits are found in a few key areas. The major belt is in Jharkhand. It's the Koderma Gaya Hazaribagh belt, located on the northern edge of the Chota Nagpur Plateau. Another important producing area is around Ajmer in Rajasthan. And then down south, we have the Nellore mica belt in Andhra Pradesh. Okay, let's switch gears and talk about our next topic. This time, it's a rock mineral, and it's something that quite literally forms the foundation of our nation's development. We're talking about limestone. Limestone is found in sedimentary rocks. Those are the rocks formed over millions of years from shells, corals, and other materials settling at the bottom of ancient seas. It is mainly made up of something called calcium carbonates. Now, the importance of limestone is just immense. It has two very critical roles. First, it is the #1 raw material for the cement industry. You cannot make cement without limestone. Second, it is essential for making steel. In the giant blast furnaces, it's used to help purify the iron ore. In this process, it acts as a flux. Remember that keyword for your exams, flux. So the next time you look at a building, or a bridge, or even the road you travel on, remember limestone. All of that cement started as limestone. And the steel in our cars and trains, that also needed limestone to be made. It truly is a fundamental mineral for our industries. Okay, we have covered a lot. So let's take a moment to quickly go over the most important points we've learned so far. This will really help you revise later. This table sums it all up very nicely. For mica, the key things to remember are it's a non-metallic mineral, it's used as an electrical insulator, and it's found in Jharkhand, Rajasthan, and Andhra Pradesh. For limestone, remember, it's a rock mineral, its main uses are for making cement and smelting iron, and you can find it in most sedimentary formations in the country. And now, for a very important section. Let's talk about how to take all this knowledge and use it to score really well in your exams. Please remember this simple but powerful statement. It's not just about what you know, it's also about how you present your answer. A neat, clear, and well-structured answer will always impress the examiner. So if you get a 3-mark or 5-mark question on this topic, just follow these simple steps. 1. Use clear headings like properties, uses, and distribution. 2. Always give specific examples, like we discussed, mica and limestone. 3. Try to use those important keywords, like dielectric for mica and flux for limestone. And finally, a little pro tip. If the question is about mica, drawing a simple map showing its distribution can get you those extra marks. So, to finish our lesson today, I want to leave you with this question to think about. What would our daily lives be like without these minerals, without mica and limestone? No electricity in our homes, no buildings, no roads? Thinking about this will help you truly appreciate just how important they are. Thank you for your attention and happy learning.